gotta practice what I preach, people.
Skip2mylou, my darling.
Hi guys, it's Lou. Today we're going to talk about self-care. I think we all know what the term self-care means, but I think it's especially important in this time in our lives to really learn what that means. The last couple of weeks, I was okay. I was dealing with the news, the isolation, the scary statistics, but on Monday I woke up and I was not fine. For some reason, I felt a huge weight bearing down on me, and I was finding it hard to cope with everything that's going on. It's very stressful and anxiety provoking. So let's talk about a few things we can do to take care of ourselves. Now, I have my own ideas in this little head of mine on what I do to take care of myself. And I'm speaking, of course, more mentally than I am physically, but sometimes your mental health has a lot to do with what you do physically. So let's start off with that one. You can call it exercise, physical activity, engaging in some sort of sport, but I like to call it just moving your body. With a stay-at-home order, it is so easy to just be sedentary, and I have been for certain blocks of time. And then I realize I start to feel a little sleepy or blue, or I think to myself, maybe I should have something else to eat. Yeah, I do that a lot. Now, when I had a sad, furry face looking up at me, it was a lot easier to get off my ass and take a walk because it was more for someone else or something else than it was for myself. Being cooped up can really get to you, and I would suggest going outside and maybe just walking around the block somewhere where, of course, there aren't that many people. Your dog would love it, and if you have a cat, put a harness on it. And if you have some sort of rodent, not a fish, just put it in your pocket. Take it with you. Being outside and breathing deeply can do a lot for your state of mind. So that was number one for self-care. Get out and take a walk. That was one of my suggestions. We're going to look at what the internet says. Okay, meditate. I've never had good luck with meditating because I can never clear my head, but I would say if you can, absolutely clear your mind and meditate, but I like to do yoga. Yoga is the closest thing that I can get to meditation. It's something about the calmness of it all and the stretching that feels good for your muscles. And I'm going to actually suggest one particular yoga that I do, well, I try to do every day, and that is called Namaste Yoga, and it is produced and narrated by Kate Potter, and her voice is so soothing and encouraging.
In Namaste, the 5 elements, we learn in the body to balance each element, finding the path to radiant calm.
And each session is, I believe, 23, 24 minutes, and if I keep that in mind before I start, I say to myself, you can do that. 23 minutes, and that consists of warm-up, the main sequence, and shavasana, which that's my favorite part because you get to just kind of lay there. And right now, if you have Amazon Prime, it's streaming for free, so I will put a link to that. And if you guys try it, let me know down below. Next suggestion for some self-care is to limit your time online or on the news. We all want to know what's happening with this COVID-19. We all want to know what the latest is. But sometimes when you dig too deep, it kind of gets to you. For me, in the morning, I allow myself a little bit of CNN just to get the latest, and then I will go on Yahoo News, which has a lot of stupid crap, you know, about the Kardashians or what celebrity wore a bikini, or actually, let's take a look. Let's go on Yahoo News for crap. The headline is why over 3 million Americans could lose stimulus checks. I don't want to talk about that right now. Oh, shit. This is actually, to me, good news. Sorta. Cops discover dog behind the wheel after high-speed chase. The cop says, I wish I could make this up. Lakewood, Washington. The dog hit 2 cars while driving. He wasn't alone. His owner was in the car. Did he just blame his pit bull, or was he passed out? Oh, the man was trying to teach his dog how to drive. So like I thought, not that funny. So here's all the stuff I'm talking about that really is a bunch of nonsense. Meet the woman who lives every day like it's 1958. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star who is 56 wearing a bikini. A comedian offered donations in exchange for stories about Ellen DeGeneres being one of the meanest people. I have to click on it for the rest. Alive. He got 2,000 replies. So actually, Nikki Tutorials did an interview on the Ellen DeGeneres show, and later in a Dutch interview said something to the effect that Ellen was rude. So I could actually get this guy to donate $2 if I tell a story about how mean Ellen is. I don't have a personal story, but one of my dear friends, her mother is a makeup artist to the stars, and she has done Ellen DeGeneres' makeup, and she said that both Ellen and Portia were terribly rude, mean, not nice. Of course, Meghan and Harry and their problems. Anyway, that is Yahoo News in a nutshell. One valid report among 20 pieces of crap. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, self-care. Well, here's a good one. Take a bath. It's very simple, but there is something to it. In college, I had just a shower, no bathtub, and I didn't realize until I did have one how much I missed it and how good it actually feels to get into a container full of water. And no, it's not the same as a hot tub or people soup. It's warm, cozy water embracing your body, and hopefully you're alone and you can kind of just sit there and relax, not think about anything stressful, and just say to yourself, I'm going to take this 20 minutes, or in my case hour, and just release some stress and not think about anything that's too anxiety provoking. Reading is a great one. I have not read a book in so long. I'm talking years, if not a decade. I mean, I read stuff, but not a book from beginning to end. I've started some and then never gone back to them, but I do know how great it is to get involved in a book that you can't put down. You even take it into the kitchen or into the bathroom, you just can't put it down. It's a great way to get lost somewhere else. Cook and bake. Now, cooking is something that I do every day because I kind of have to feed my family. But baking is more of a special occasion type thing, like Christmas or like a Tuesday. But there's something about taking a recipe or even a box mix from your grocery store and creating something out of that. There is reward at the end, and it's delicious. All right, declutter, organize, or tidy. Normally those are words that I absolutely despise because the mere thought of any sort of thoughtful cleaning makes me want to curl up in a ball and cry. But if there was ever a time to do it, I guess it's now. The reason that I dislike cleaning or tidying or organizing so much is because, is it OCD? Not ADD. One of my mental illnesses tells me that I can't start unless I'm going to finish, and I know that I'm not going to finish, so I don't start, and it just is this cycle of insanity. But I have recently started cleaning out my basement. Should I show you a picture? I'm going to show you a little bit. Now, this is after 3 days of tackling what was down there. You could not walk into that room. You just couldn't. You had to walk on top of stuff. This is the kind of cleaning where you sit there for hours looking at pictures or reading letters or deciding if you want to keep that old perfume bottle or frame. But it's something that I know needs to be done. So perhaps if you have one of those spaces in your home, give it a whirl. And if that's too much, start with your silverware drawer. Yeah. Now, for those of you lucky enough to have a pet at home, they have no idea what's going on. All they know is that you're at home and they love it. And what's so great about that is loving them back is such a stress reliever, whether you know it or not. Just simply talking to them or feeding them or petting them, it does something to your soul. I do not have a pet, but what I've been doing is taking really, really good care of my plants. Now that might sound sad, but when I repot something or see a new part of a plant sprout, to me that's pretty much it giving birth, and it's having a baby, and it's because I took good care of it. Let's move on because I sound nuts. Okay, so as people are texting me, I want to talk to people, reach out to make sure that you're not isolating every part of you. You may have to isolate your body, but just talk. or type in my case. Let's see what's happening. So basically this is my sisters texting crazy stuff back and forth. It's actually comforting. Also, my husband's family, which is 5 times bigger than my family, we do a Zoom call every week, scheduled, and we all get to kind of update each other and see each other's faces. So maybe figure something like that out if you can. Or there's also this weird feature on your phone where you can dial someone's number and talk. I have not kept count of these self-care things I'm talking about, but I'm sure the title has the count, maybe. Another thing, be creative, art, draw. And even if you're not very good at drawing or painting or something artistic, give it a try. The process itself is therapeutic. Creating something, anything, is more mentally productive than most of the other things that we could choose to do. Anyway, I don't want this video to be too long. Although, what else are you doing? Just kidding. I just want to say the last thing having to do with self-care and your mental state of mind while all this is going on is to just know that you're not alone. We're all going through it, and we're all having these feelings and needing to do extra things to take care of ourselves and our minds. If you're like me, I am someone who wants to take care of everybody else before myself. And that's great and all, but there's going to come a point where it's time to turn it around and take care of yourself. So what are you guys doing to take care of yourselves? I know there are hundreds of things, and I only mentioned a few. So let us know down in the comments below what your idea might be for self-care. Maybe it's something that we haven't thought of, and it might be of great benefit to all of us. Anyway, you guys, take care out there of others and yourself. And thanks for watching this video on self-care during this crazy time. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you did enjoy the video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you aren't already subscribed but would like to be, please hit that button down below and you'll see me very soon with more videos. Bye, guys.